What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. Today's story time I've got for y'all is a pretty interesting one. It actually just happened like 3 days ago. Basically, I almost got jumped while I was out skating in the morning. I waited a couple days to tell this story, just to make sure I wasn't going to be like too over dramatic about it, but realistically I think it's something that you guys will enjoy. And it's been a while since we've told a little bit more of a scary story, so press the like button or you're going to get pregnant. And without further ado, let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
The sun's down and I'm feeling it right, so tell me, little mama, what you doing tonight? You know I'm trying to hit it, I'm not being polite.
Alright, ladies and gents, so for some reason I have a very bizarre sleep schedule. I go to bed at like 7 p.m. my time and I wake up at like 2, 3 a.m. It's just been the last couple weeks. Like, it's not anything that I've had for most of my life. It's just been what's been going on lately. And usually my old schedule, I would wake up at like 7, 8 in the morning and I would grab one of my skateboards, usually a longboard recently. And there's these trails by my house that are paved and I would just kind of go skate in the morning, listen to music. It's a very relaxing way to start your morning, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I live in a pretty decent neighborhood, but about 3 miles to my left, it starts to get a little sketchy. And it just so happens that the trail that I ride in the morning, I usually go about 4 miles to my left. So for like the last half mile of this little trail, I'm in not the greatest part of town. But, you know, I'm a full-grown dude. I never have my wallet on me, and to be honest, I've never even seen anyone out there early in the morning. So I never really thought anything of it, and I would just kind of go skate down there whenever I would wake up to have a good, like, fun morning, and then I would skate back home. And honestly, I never really thought anything of it. I'm being completely genuine. And that was until this morning, dude, or this morning that this happened, not literally this morning. Basically, I woke up at like 3 in the morning and I got dressed and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna go skate. I knew it was way earlier than any other time I'd gone skating. Usually I'd wait till like 4:35 in the morning at least. But I was really bored that morning and I was like, whatever, I'll just go skate, you know, why not? So I got on my longboard and it's like 3:30 in the morning and I start kind of going towards the trail and I get on the trail. In the first like 3 miles, everything's good. I'm really familiar with the area, everything's fine. And like I said, it's in like a pretty good part of town. But about 3 miles in, I have to cross these train tracks to go across to the other side. And once I cross these train tracks is when things start to get a little bit bizarre. And right before I cross the train tracks, I don't know why, I get this like weird feeling down my spine, like someone is watching me. And I look around and I realize that there's like these sewer grates nearby that are usually covered up and they're popped off. And I'm like, oh, you know, I must have noticed that and thought it was creepy, but whatever. There's nobody that I could see, so I decide I'm just gonna keep going. Honestly, I'm not sure why I didn't just turn around. Realistically, if you ever start feeling like something sketchy at 3 in the morning while you're alone, it's probably best to just go home. Like, you shouldn't keep going, but for some reason, I just really felt like keeping going, so I crossed the train tracks anyways, even after I felt like I was being watched and the sewers were open, and I go to the other side of the trail and I start going down that way. And for probably a quarter mile, once you cross the train tracks, there's houses on either side of you, and it's kind of just like a little valley with a trail in it. But as you're coming out of this little valley, there's a park on the left, and before the park is this alleyway that I couldn't see into. There's no lights in it, and it's just empty. And when I'm about 200 feet away from this alleyway, 2 people come out of the alleyway, cross the road, stand under the light, and just turn and look at me. And honestly, I had never seen anyone out even at like 4 or 5 in the morning, so I immediately just stop. And like I said, I'm probably 200-300 feet away from these guys. And it's 2 like fully grown men that both have their hoods on, they have face masks on, you can't see who they are. And I immediately am like, okay, something is very wrong here, bro. Because when they cross the street, they don't keep walking. It wasn't like they just crossed, looked at me, waited a second, and then kept walking. They're still just standing there staring at me, and I'm staring back at them. And I had AirPods in and I was listening to a song, and for about a minute straight, me and these 2 dudes are just staring at each other, and I'm not moving. I don't know if they thought that like if they stood and stared at me long enough I was gonna go ride past them, but I'm by myself at 3 in the morning and I can't see what they look like. They're hiding their faces, and it's just weird to come out of an alleyway right when I was coming, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'd rather not. So I'm just kind of sitting there. And finally, after about a minute of us just looking at each other the entire time, just not breaking eye contact, like just kind of sizing each other up, they both turn and start walking down the trail away from me, like where I was going. And at that point, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. I just felt super sketch, bro. And honestly, I'm usually not the type of person to feel sketchy. Like, I don't really freak out a whole bunch about this type of stuff. But I just had this feeling in my gut that was like, run, get out of here, dude. So as soon as they started walking the other direction that I wasn't going, I'm like, all right, well, now's my opportunity to get out of here. So I flip my longboard around and I just start riding back towards the house. I'm like 3.5 miles away, 3.25 mile-ish, because I didn't go all the way to the end. But I just turn around and start going back. And for some reason, after about 3 pushes back towards the house, I get this feeling, I'm like, I should turn around and look. I don't know why I had this feeling to turn around and look, but I do. And when I look back, one of the guys is gone. He's just disappeared. I have no clue where he is. But the other guy is full-blown sprinting towards me now. Like, the 2 guys that had been walking away from me, one of them used his Enderman teleportation skills and has vanished, and the other one is just sprinting at me full speed. And at that point, I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to get jumped, bro. I'm screwed. And like, the 300 feet we had between us had turned into like 400, but this guy is sprinting at me. And the other one's gone. For all I know, he could be taking some shortcut to catch up with me, so I turn around and I just start like going as fast as I can. Thank God I was going downhill, and I'm just flying, dude, and I whip out my phone as I'm like riding downhill on the longboard, which probably wasn't the best idea, and I just start texting everybody, but it's like 3 in the morning, so none of my friends are awake. So I decide that I was gonna call Benji, the YouTuber who lives in Norway, that's like my best friend, my brother, that's my homie for life, and he doesn't answer. He's like, yo, bro, I just woke up, like, what do you want? Because they're like 9 hours ahead, it's noon over there, homie had a nice relaxing sleeping in. I'm calling him like, please answer, bro. So I text him, I'm like, hey, I think I'm about to get jumped, will you call me? So he calls me and he's like, dude, like, come on, stop messing with me, that's not funny. And he realizes that I'm not kidding, because I'm like, dude, shut up, like, this is where I am. If anything happens, I want you to call the cops, because I have no clue where this dude is, and the other one is still running after me. Granted, he's a lot slower than me going downhill on a longboard, so I'm gaining ground on him, but every time I turn around, homie is still full sprint coming for me. And I'm just like freaking out, bro. I'm not having a good time. I really didn't know where the other guy is. So I'm coming back across the train tracks, and I'm going back to the part where that open sewer grate was that I was telling you guys about, you know? And I'm talking to Ben on the phone, and I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, these guys, they're chasing me. And as I'm on the phone with him explaining the situation, I don't know who it is. Somebody comes out of one of the open sewer grates. Full transparency, in retrospect, now that I've had the time some calm down, it could have just been like some homeless dude that was sleeping down there, heard me yelling on the phone, and just wanted to make sure everything was good. But at the time, I was like, oh my god, that's the other guy! Like, because his friend, you know, the other dude had been chasing me, he was missing. So, obviously, as soon as I see like a figure kind of pop out of the sewer, I'm like, oh my god, it's his friend! And I was not having a good moment, bro. I thought I'd been cut off, that he had taken some shortcut through the sewer to come get me. I think when you're scared, bro, thinking rationally is just the last thing on your mind. It's not like you're like, oh, I should be a logical person. Hell nah, bro. I'm just trying to not get jumped, get home, and make a video. Alright, guys, I'm gonna take a quick second right now. On screen is an Xbox gift card. I actually give away a gift card every single day here on the Scrubs channel as a way to just say thank you to everyone subscribed with notifications on. So if you wouldn't mind pressing that bell notification, I'd appreciate it. If you already have it on, you're an absolute G, a god, everything in between, and you're much appreciated. But yeah, turn on notifications and enjoy the rest of the video. I'll shut up now. Enjoy. Anyways, when the guy pops out of the sewer, dude, my adrenaline gets going so hard. I just pick up my longboard and I sprint for probably about a mile, and I don't think I've ever run that fast. Like, my adrenaline was just like, get out of there. And the entire time, bro, Ben is just laughing on FaceTime because, like, he's aware that I'm flying. I think he could probably see how fast I'm running. morning, and I'm just like making, fear noises, like, ah, just like running as fast as I can. So finally, I get like a mile away, and I calm down, and Ben is still laughing at me, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why would you go longboard by yourself without telling anyone where you're going at like 3 in the morning, you idiot? And honestly, it was really stupid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was the least well thought out thing ever. I just don't think I had thought about it. Like, until he said it like that, I was kind of like not really thinking about the situation. I was just going on my morning longboard ride, which I know sounds stupid, all right? I'm aware of the fact that, like, oh, girls couldn't do that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a 6'3" dude. There's nothing I could do about it, okay? I don't think as much about those things. I understand. It's just, I'm just built different. Regardless, I did learn my lesson, and I really don't think I'm gonna be going out in the middle of the night to longboard anymore, especially because, I don't know, judging the, like, fear noises I made while running away from sewer guy, I'm just not ready to fight off a bunch of people trying to jump me. You probably could have figured that out, though. Real talk, though, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know this is a short one compared to everything I've been dropping lately, but, I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny, so hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you did, press the like button, comment down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. If you want more content, I do have a podcast called The Scuffed Cast. Link could be found down below. Feel free to go give it a listen and subscribe over there. And if you want to check out the intro song, the link to that will also be in the description. Feel free to give it a listen, and the Teespring store with the merch is down there as well. Real talk, I hope you guys all have an absolutely incredible day. Thank you so much for all the support. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I will see you guys all next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.